Hello, YouTube. It's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 20, Tell All Part 1. Woo! This was something else. Before we get into it, I just want to say I'm glad to be back. I was on vacation last week in the Bahamas. It was nice and warm compared to what I am now. So before I start, we're on the Nathan Temp 2 page here. I want to send my condolences and my prayers to everybody on the West Coast and in California who are going through the fires. We're with you. We're going to help as best as we can here. And yeah, and then here on the East Coast, everybody going through just multiple days of hardcore snow and below freezing temperatures and stuff. Praying for you guys as well. It's been a crazy week. I'm glad I was able to escape all of this when I was on vacation, but I got to look at the real big picture here. So California people, hope you guys are doing okay. Stay safe. East Coast people, stay warm. But anyway, we're going to get to this recap. Again, I'm glad to be back. It's the tell-all. It's the tell-all. We got a 4-part tell-all for this B91. This is going to be the biggest before the 90-day tell-all ever. And oh my goodness, this tell-all is going to make the last happily ever after tell-all look like an amateur one, because Niles, Vanya, and Brian stole the show tonight. They stole the show. Of course, all three got annoying, but Niles, Vanya, and Brian stole the show tonight. So we're at the tell-all. Sunny and Vea. Vea is not in studio. She said that when she got back, she got really sick, and she lost a lot of weight and stuff. And so she said she's finally trying to figure out what happened and try to get it under control. Obviously, as we know, Chidi and Renee will not be at the tell-all. And after how this is going, thank God it's not. They're not, because this would have been bad. It's already bad, and it would have been worse. So yeah, but we got Lauren and Faith there, and Tiger Lily and Adnan in studio. I'll get to them in a few. Vanya and Bojo at the start of this and everything. So now it's Matilda and Joe and Magda. So we get started. Lauren comes in first and everything. You get that big smirk on his face or whatever. And then, Brian comes in, then Niles comes, then Joey comes in, then Niles, and then Lauren, then Vanya, then Brian, then Joey, then Niles, and then Tiger Lily and Adnan. They all come in, a little meet and greet, whatever, and everything. And let's just take it all to start. So Sean, the host, meets everybody and everything. And they got started with disgusting Lauren and Faith. Oh my God, Lauren just keeps shooting himself in the foot. So they talked about what happened at the Philippines, about that last night that they spent together when Faith broke up the relationship, when he was playing with the knife and everything. And Sean had asked them, are you guys engaged or back together? And Lauren said, we're back together. And Faith said, we're not engaged, but we are getting back together as boyfriend and girlfriend. Ugh, why? So they discussed about, Niles and Vanya and Brian really called out Lauren just on his disgusting ways. They talked about the gonorrhea. They brought out Lauren's ex-girlfriend, and the girl, she was the girl that he said in the first episode that he dated, but they broke up because she wasn't trans or whatever, to like discuss their relationship. So apparently Lauren had originally had gone to the Philippines for somebody else, like wanted to go to the Philippines for somebody else. And I guess it was the girl that gave him gonorrhea or whatever. And there was a big discussion, and I think we talked about it early in the season about like, like Lauren said he sleeps with his friends, and Faith didn't like fully understand that. Like she just thought sleep like sleep just sleep. She didn't think it was like actual intimacy. And so there was a lot of confusion with that. And those the Three Stooges, Niles, Vanya, and Brian were just calling him out about just using her and everything. Now there was also talk about like Lauren, like sending her money. He claims that he had sent her $8,000, but Faith said that was a lie and everything. And he basically was just being disgusting as it is. And then they're going to show a never before seen footage. Like after we saw like when he first thought that first was diagnosed with the gonorrhea. Then we seen a scene in the car saying that he drinks. Sometimes drinks people, his girl's urine. And I'm just like, that just made me sick to my stomach when he said that. He said he drinks pee. I just I just want to throw up. Ugh. Ugh. Dang. Like that was just disgusting. And everybody was just like hammering him on that, like just on how he's using Matilda, like, and I mean not Matilda, using Faith and everything. And the fact that he just kept on smiling about it, it was just it's just disturbing. I just couldn't with him. And they were questioning Faith on why that she even wants to stay in a relationship. Like Vanya made a good point. Do you feel like this is your first boyfriend, like as a trans girl, like like he offers you some kind of security and stuff, and she's getting all emotional and stuff, and I think she just has that fear of being alone because she's a trans woman, so she's putting up with his little shenanigans and stuff. Another thing is that, speaking of shenanigans, and Lauren kind of got what he deserved on this one. But when he went to the Philippines for another girl, she ended up being a scammer and like stole all his money and stuff. And normally I'm 100% against that or whatever. But when it comes to Lauren, just like Lauren and Ed and Ed and stuff, when stuff like that happens, like I don't feel bad because they just shown a lot of disgusting things throughout what we've seen and stuff, and it just like unless somebody dies, I really, as of right now, unless somebody close to them dies, I don't feel bad for anything that happens to Lauren. And that's me for me to say. I'm a Christian man. Lord, forgive me. I don't wish that on a lot of people, but when you are that disgusting and then using somebody like that, like Lauren's doing to Faith, like I have zero respect for you, and karma is going to come and get you. I mean, that's just my opinion on that. And I'm sorry. It is what it is. So, everybody was like hounding him and like, okay, everyone's like, we need to take a break and everything. So we got off of Lauren and Faith, thank God. Then we went over to Vanya and Bojo. So Vanya and Bojo, so we didn't talk about Yasko or whatever. We just talked about what happened with Vanya and Bojo when she got to Croatia. Bojo's claiming he did what he did because he felt like he wanted to respect her and felt like she was out of his league. But she flew all the way to Croatia. Like, she wanted to be with him. So it's not like being out of each other's league. Like, she wanted to be with you. And so, like, he was just like being like passive about it, just like really nonchalant. And then, they asked him, like, do you have a girlfriend? And he's like, like they brought up the ex-girlfriend that he was saying before he met Vanya and stuff. And I guess the ex-girlfriend even messaged Vanya and wanted to get some like details of their relationship. Like, I guess the message said that they were supposed to like get back together in December or something, 23 and everything. And like, it was just, this first part was kind of all over the place. Everybody was just like hounding each other and everything, and screaming at each other and stuff or whatever and everything. So it was just really hard to dig deep into this first part and stuff. But in Croatia it's like 10 p.m. there, and Bojo said that he had to get, like, they asked him more like, do you have a girlfriend now? And he wouldn't admit it, but he was just like, okay guys, I have to leave this conversation, I have a meeting. And we're like, it's 10 p.m. Like, what meeting you got? And Vanya said, you don't even have a job. So like, what meeting you got? And they were like, what's happening? Do you have a girlfriend or not? And we're all thinking he probably does. So he leaves and just leaves Vanya, and they brought up Vanya's cousin to like question him about it. The cousin that convinced her to go on a dating app and stay in Croatia and everything, and he's just gonna leave. Like, he just couldn't handle it. He really couldn't handle it, and that was sad. So I don't know. Like, this has just been everything was just all over the place in this first part. Like, like, wow. But they all had opinions. They all had opinions on each other. So yeah. So that was Vanya and Boja. Next couple I want to talk is Tiger Lily and Adnan. Oh my God. So, okay, let's start with the good news. They did have their baby. And they saw the picture. Baby's cute. Congratulations, Tiger Lily, Adnan. They had their baby. Congratulations. We got that. Let's get that out the way. Great. Cool. They talked about the power of attorney thing from last week's episode, basically. And I guess Adnan has taken back his own power, has taken back the power and stuff and everything. And he got his spousal visas living in the U.S., but he said in Jordan he has like all that stuff, but he's just more comfortable with his brother handling it. But he took back his own power. So then they get into the conversation about his controlness and stuff. And, he started to get really, really defensive. Like, Adnan is a real defensive person as it is. Now, and I'm starting to realize something, and I'm going to publicly apologize with this. I mean, nobody corrected me about it. So throughout the season, I was really hard, like I almost painted the picture of the Muslim, not every, but a lot of Muslim men being controlling and stuff and everything. And really like dangerous. And Adnan seems like a real dangerous person. Well, that part I stand corrected, but they showed and I kind of, what, I take that back, because they showed a clip Tiger Lily, a never before seen footage of Tiger Lily talking to Adnan's mother about the rules and regulations and stuff. And the mother told Tiger Lily, like, in Arabic, yes, we do have to like cover up a little bit, but you don't have to. You don't have to let Adnan control you, and everything. Like, you can basically do what you want and everything. And so everybody's just like, so now coming after Adnan, it's just like, this is not a Muslim thing now. It's an Adnan thing, and which I agree, it is an Adnan thing, because Sean even asked Sonny, like what's your opinion on this? And he was like, yeah, like Adnan, this is, I'm a Muslim, and Adnan is basically taking it too far, basically. So then they like started like asking like about like, is Tiger Lily like afraid of Adnan, like, and everything. And she's saying, no, he's great, blah blah blah, we're great, we have the best relationship and everything. And then and everybody's like, well, let her speak. And Adnan at times was speaking for her. And then Adnan gets up and leaves. He was like, if y'all think I'm like she's scared of me, I'll get up and walk on y'all can ask her anything. And we're like, okay, oh, bye. And he walks off and then saying, but nobody better be mean to her, or you have to deal with me, or say something ignorant and you have to deal with me, and whatever, like basically threatening. So basically he goes backstage and said, oh, those people, Vanya, Brian, and Niles are all idiots. They don't know, and blah 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 and everything. And they're asking, like Joey had asked a question, like, you're walking on eggshells, I feel like you're scared to say something and you're gonna end up pissing him off and stuff and everything. And Tiger Lily just like, no, 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 it's not like that. I say what I want, and he knows that. I could do whatever I want. Just being her bougie self. And then she walks off and then said, I think the other couples are jealous of us because we have the best relationship. No, y'all don't. No, y'all don't. So, after that conversation, like everybody takes a break and stuff. And Vanya, Niles, and Brian are like talking about it. And Adnan comes in, why y'all like being mean and like that? We're just like Vanya said, you don't have to call your wife a small mind. And then him and Brian, not Adnan and Brian, go at it because he's like, I don't you're in a wheelchair. What advice could I do for you that you could do for me? And Brian's just like dude, you just need to mature. You're young. You need to mature and stuff. I'm sure that Tiger Lily wants to mature Adnan and everything. And he's just like, I don't should listen to you. You're in a wheelchair and everything. Like I fought, and Brian's like, I fought hard. I had to fight for somebody to be in the wheelchair to went after somebody that was shooting. It was a rough life and everything. So everybody else goes back to the stage and they try to venture out to Niles and Matilda. Niles and Matilda, they we only got the intro with them. They haven't seen each other in 10 months. And Niles doesn't have that much money. He does. Sean asked, or do you think you should ask Mr. Ark for more money? And he was like, well, that's an idea. I could call him later. And then they asked, well, why don't your parents approve? And they were like Vanya and Brian had asked, why don't your parents approve of Matilda? And they were like, and he was just like, they just don't believe in a long distance relationship. And they asked they asked Matilda, if you're coming here to America, and Niles lived in Peru, would you still be with them? She said yes. Brian was just trying to get through the questions of you're not using Niles to get to America to live the American lifestyle. She's like, no, Niles is my man. I love Niles for who he is and stuff, basically. And so they talk about that, and then Tiger Lily and Adnan come back to the set. And, they stopped talking to Niles, and Matilda went back to them and talked about Brian and Adnan's confrontation and stuff. And we didn't get nowhere. And then Niles was butting in every time back to when Vanya and him were talking. He would every time Vanya would talk to Adnan, he would just bobble his head like that, and it would piss Vanya off and be like, why are you bobbling your head? That's disrespectful and everything. And then and then when they came back to set, Adnan was told as Vanya explain your piece, and she's like, I just want Tiger Lily to be happy and everything, she is and everything. And then, he kept on talking over her. Niles was telling her, stop talking over her. Then he said something ignorant to Niles. He's he asked Matilda, if you were, showing off your body and stuff, would Niles get jealous, basically? Matilda said yes, but Niles said, no, Matilda, I wouldn't. And then Niles said something stupid like, "Oh, you got sugar daddy and something else right here." And Niles just like, "Adnan, I will break your face." And that's where we left off. And judging by the previews of next week, they're gonna have a show. It's gonna really go down like backstage with Adnan and Niles, and I'm all for it. Now in this part, like I feel like I said, Vanya, Brian, and Niles stole the show. Like I that's just this, and like Sean is just trying to get like her thing in. And so I think everybody needs to just like chill for going forward, because like that was crazy. But the three of them, like I was all for it on this part. I'll give it a pass on this part, but in the next three parts, everybody needs to chill. Come on, like y'all cannot let happily ever after take. Y'all cannot take over happily ever after's craziness of the tell-all. So, but at least with happily ever after, they're all veterans. These people are all rookies, so they don't know what they're doing. But still, yeah, this tell-all is going to be crazy, and the first part was crazy. So we have not gotten a trailer yet for the next season of 90 Day Fiancé. Hopefully we'll get a trailer this week, because after the fourth part of the tell-all, there'll be a week off before the Super Bowl, and then we'll start the new season of whatever spinoff comes up. I'm guessing the next season will be the original 90 Day Fiancé. So hopefully we get a trailer for that this week. And then like after the Super Bowl, we'll start fresh. So anyway, guys, yeah, that was the end of my review. Like they didn't talk to Brian and Ingrid, or Joey and Magda, or Sunny and Vea fully. But it's going down. It's going down here to tell-all. So I can't wait for next week. I want to see what really happens with Niles and Adnan, and see if they really like scrap the things. The description said a fight breaks out backstage and stuff and whatever. So I like to see if it really did. They really, because I really, again, I'm not a violent person, but I don't know. I'm Team Niles, because Niles may be a little bit annoying. He was definitely annoying with Lauren, but Lauren, like I said, I give it a pass on that. But Adnan just thinks he's like God's gift to the world and stuff, and to women or whatever, to his wife. And Tiger Lily is just goofy and bougie, and as you could be. So like she's just used to that, and she just embraces that, and so yeah, if that's what she wants, I'm happy they got their family, but just know people are going to call you out about it. So that's just that. Anyway, guys, that's the end of my review. I'll be back. I don't know if I'm going to do The Last Resort again or not. Maybe, we'll see. But for sure, Married at First Sight. I'm going to do the last week's episode and this week's episode together when I did my Married at First Sight recap this week. But yeah, last Resort, I don't know. I still don't know. I watched it last week. I'm just irritated with goofy Natalie, and the Natalie and Josh and Sophie drama is taken away from everything else and everything. So, that's just that. But anyway, guys, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. It will be this week, but I'm glad to be back. Love you guys, and stay safe.